Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Saturday the 16th of March 2024 and this is Flosstube number 92. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I also include other crafts and I talk about the walks and travels I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. I'm going to discuss my face to start with. Yeah, I had surgery on Monday. It was worse. This is worse than I expected it to be. You may remember I said I had a little BCC on the edge of my nostril, and I had to go in under general anaesthetic on Monday, and this is the result. It's not so bad today. We've not getting, well, there is a slight bit of swelling. I am doped up with ibuprofen and paracetamol, but yeah, it's okay. But yeah, it's still a mess basically. As I said on Facebook, it looks like I've been glassed. I'm wearing face masks when I go outside. But we are supposed to be going for a meal with my son tonight, so that's going to be interesting. I'll have to make sure I've got my back to the main part of the room, which I normally do anyway, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, so yeah, definitely an advocate for wearing sunscreen. So yeah, like I say, it's not so bad now. It is still slightly, they left it open on near my nostril and inside my nose, so I do still have slight bits of blood, but not like it was when I had it done on Monday. I have some eye ointment to put on it. I also had a biopsy on this side because there was a little thing that I think was a BCC, and the consultant said she thought it was one as well, so she's done a biopsy on there, so I do have a couple of stitches on that side. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, definitely, like I say, you think a little tiny lump, it's nothing, but yeah, it needed a skin graft up here, so yeah, they've moved the skin up. But yeah, the dissolvable stitches, they'll come out in the next two weeks or so. But yeah, it is what it is. So there we go. Wear sunscreen. Don't get BCCs, they're not pleasant. Okay, let's get going with the stitching. So, I've got a few new starts. I've got 4 starts. They all got started last weekend when I was at the Yorkshire Stitching Retreat, which I'll talk about later on. But yeah, and I think basically, apart from my dragon and maybe season and time that I'm going to show you my whips, everything else, it's basically been a little bit often stitching wise on it. Usually I can do 4 hours on a piece in 2 days, and some of these I've stitched on them 4 days because I've only done a bit on them every day. And these new starts, they still need stitching on because I've not done a lot on them. But yeah, so first new start is a balanced diet, or just balanced diet by Lizzie. It's one of the boxes. It came with the fabric and the buttons for on it, and as I said, it's all small new starts. I did this on the Friday. That's basically as much as I've done. This fabric is 28 count mushroom jaslin. That came with the chart, and it's using the code for let me see what threads it's called for. Oh, Gentle Arts and a couple of weeks. So I'm using the code for on that. So that's as much as got done on that last weekend. And then my next new start, that's one of my letters of the month pieces for March, and then this one is my second letters of the month piece for March. And I keep forgetting to mention that I'm doing the 24 starts in 24, and the letters of the month pieces are those 24 new starts. So this is Alice and the Rabbit. I'm not going to say who it's by because it's French. Les Petits Croix de Lucie. It says there at the bottom. They do have a website. Yeah, I've been wanting to start this for a while. I've got this one, and I also have a witch one. But yeah, so yeah, Again, tiniest of starts, because I was wanting to get fabric to do another of my new starts. Pardon me. So basically all I've done is that. So yeah, part of her arm. So yeah, this fabric is 32 count natural Belfast linen. That's that one. And then I've got my dragon on my knee. Because the pile was a bit too big, so I didn't want to put my dragon on top because everything had just fallen off. So I'm sat here with my dragon on my knee, so I'm trying to make it sure he doesn't fall off my knee while I do these other things, the new starts. So my next new start is Naughty or Nice by Erica Michaels, and I'm doing this berry. Now I'm doing it larger because in June I'm doing a berry tutorial for Yorkshire Stitching Retreats at one of their Stitch Laugh Learn days. So I'm making this bigger and then I can show it better when I show people how to do a berry. And I'm probably going to do the other berry too, so I've got two that I can show how to make up at the tutorial day. So yeah, I'll put information about the Stitch Laugh Learn days down below in the description box if anybody's interested. So yeah, I'm stitching this berry on 28 count Dove Grey Jobelan fabric that I got from a D-stash, and that's what I got done at the retreat, and I've not stitched on it since. So yeah, as I said, it's going to be quite a big berry, but that's what I wanted. I wanted big berries. So yeah. Now then, my next new start, I'm going to put a picture up because I've not printed out the picture yet. A lot of people have been doing these flags by Vivsters on Etsy, Vivian Powers, and I know that there was people were talking about the Yorkshire flag at the retreat last weekend. I'm going to talk about that later on properly, but yeah. So I decided I wanted to get the Lancashire flag, so I bought it while I was at the retreat, the PDF, and then I got this fabric from a D-stash, and it's 28 count white linen, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross, and that is my start. So I've done one of them up. Yeah, it's the right, it looks the wrong way on the picture, but yeah, it's the right way. So yeah, that's my new start. This is the edge here. Oh God, let's do it the right way. That's the right way. That's the right way. So yeah, that's the first motif done. 1/1 full cross using the Cowpaw DMC. I was thinking about mellowing out the yellow because the background of the flag is yellow. But when I started stitching on it, I thought, no, it's not that bad. You know, it'll look quite nice, that. So yeah, so that's my new start on the Lancashire flag. So, and I keep writing Lancashire map. It's not a map, it's a flag. I've done the Lancashire map, it's there. So, yeah. I'm not going to do another map. This is the flag. So, yeah. So, I'm going to do a motif now and again. Dear me. But, yeah. So, that's one of the flags. They've got, I know she's done quite a lot of the flags now. There's a lot of country flags and, like, she's done a few counties. So, yeah. Right, so they're my new starts. And then, like I said, they were all started at the retreat last weekend. So let's get on to whips. So first, as usual, where I put my picture is my dragon. I managed to get these out to this week rather than last time. I couldn't remember where I put them. Found them under all my whips that I'd piled up for the video. So this is Dragon Field Note by UnconventionalXStitch, Unconventional Cross Stitch, artwork by Hope Christopherson. I stitch on this every day when my husband's at work, Monday to Friday, and I stitch on it for about an hour, but sometimes it's more than an hour. And I'm now on page 31 of 100. And this is going to get harder to hold because it's getting further down the page. So, there he is. Let's stand up. There we are. Right, so I've finished off this page at this end. And I've just started this page. So all I've done the basic, the bottom of the, on that one, and I've done the there, but there's more to those. It needs other colours in it, and then I've done the basic brown on this line because I only started this page on Friday, yesterday. So yeah, so I'm on the next row now. As I said, page 31 of 100. There are some pages, so for example page 30 over this side, page 30 there wasn't anything here because page 30, the end page is just this bit here at the top. So you've got a row of column of pages that there isn't anything on. And I think it's the same on this side because you've got this bit here. So there's some pages with nothing on. And then this page that I'm on now, there's only these two words and then this line, and that's it. And that's the bottom of the page. So I'm going to finish that row, that page, early this week. And then I'll be on to the next page. But it's when we're getting into this dragon, I'm going to get more pages that are full coverage. So yeah, it's going to take longer to do the dragon bits. So yeah, because there's going to be more pages we're getting in. So this here is a bit of the dragon, so there's going to be pages here that are full coverage and confetti heavy. But yeah, there he is up to now. This fabric is 25 count Easy Guide by Zweigart, and I'm doing in 1/1 full cross. So yeah, so there's my dragon. And I can put him away now. Or at least I can put him to one side. I'll put him on there. Right. So my next whip is something that I'm really behind on, and it's my Daisy Offerings. Let's show you the picture. That's Daisy Offerings. It's by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Sandra Cook. I'm supposed to be stitching this as part of the year of full coverage with coffee break stitches on Zoom, but this week it hasn't been touched. Last week I did get some done. This week with my surgery it's just not been touched. So let's put that up. So I'm still on that page. It's page 2. All I've got to do is a bit more colour in here. It's a bit confetti heavy in this bit, but that's all I need to do, and then I can go on to the next page. So really I need to get going with it. I'll try and get some done later today on that one. Just never think to do it. So yeah, it's there on my trolley, you know, my 3-tier trolley. It's there waiting to be stitched, but yeah, it's not been done. Right, next whip is Season and Time. It's a sampler by Moira Blackburn, and it's a kit by Bothy Threads. I saw Blitz Stitch stitching this a while ago, and I had to get it because I just love the alphabet at the bottom here that he was doing at the time. So yeah, and when I was stitching on this, I really enjoyed stitching on it. So yeah, and I'm really sorry I've not looked. Oh, it says there 16 count parchment Zweigart HAED. So, and that is my progress. Hopefully I'll have been putting pictures up of what these look like before I stitched on them. But basically I've done all these pictures here. I had part of the word there done. I think I'd done RE. So I've done the rest of that word, and I've done thing. I've done this bit here. And then here there were 3 circular balls, and I basically had to I had to frog them because I hadn't left enough gap. I'd only left 1 square gap in between them, so I had to redo the 3 at the outside, and then I've done some more. But yeah, I enjoyed stitching on that. We've got an owl there, and then there's this bird here. So yeah, that's that done, stitched on that. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Getting rather warm. It's really sunny outside. We've got blue sky. It's a proper spring day today. It was really misty this morning, but the sun is actually shining now. So I've got the blind closed, but it still gets rather warm in this room. Right, my next whip is Christian's Stocking by Shepherd's Bush. Stitching this for my youngest grandchild Arthur. I'm stitching on it as part of Sunday Stocking Sale. I know Amy Loves Toads does that as well. So yeah. And so I just do a bit every Sunday, and that is my progress. So this here is his hat, and then this is his, like, a waistcoat he's got on. This is a paw he's holding. That's his hand there. Yeah. So this is 18 count Flober by Zweigart. Stitching it using the code for Pearl 5 DMC. Yeah, really enjoying stitching that. In fact, I'm sorry, I can't blow my nose at the minute because it's sore. So I have to sniff now and again. I'm sorry to hear it. I'm trying not to, but yeah. My next whip is Spirit of Winter Robin, QS Spirit of Winter Robin by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Ciro Marchetti. I saw Dizzy Stitcher stitching this and got this one. And this is being stitched on 25 count Easy Guide by DMC. 1/1 full cross, and that's my progress. I've done quite a bit over here this time, and I also did this blue here. So yeah, again, I've stitched on this for about 4 days this week. Just done a little bit, and because I'm using marker by XP, I could see exactly how much time I'd done on it. So yeah, that's that one. Pardon me. This is the bottom of his red breast. This is the bottom of his body, and then this is part of the sky, I think, at the background. So yeah, that's that one. My next whip. This was one of my acrostic pieces last month, and I didn't get to stitch on it, so I've made sure I've got it on this month. Up on the Rooftop by Glendon Place. I got this as a part kit from Nimble Thimble. You got the fabric, which is 28 count Crystal Helix, Cashel Linen by Picture This Plus. And you also got the DMC colour variations and the beads and the Cryonics in the kit. So all you needed to add to it was the DMC. But it is charted for Sullivan's and Anchor as well. So there we go. And again, this has been stitched on for a few days, just a bit at a time. Basically, I've finished the blue going around the outside, and I did these bits here as well. So yeah, so that is up on the Rooftop. There we go. Right, this next one, I should have shown it in my last video, and I just completely forgot about it. I don't know why, because I remembered stitching on it. I think I just thought it hadn't been in the last 2 weeks, and for some reason I hadn't put it in my planner, which again I haven't brought up with me. I'm constantly forgetting to bring that and show it on my videos. But this is Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. So I stitched on this more than 2 weeks ago. Just didn't show it in my last video. And that is my progress. This is being stitched on, and I can't remember because I've not written it down. I think it's 32 count, and it's just vintage grey linen. I got it from the basket at Nimble Thimble a while ago, where they have rolls of fabric. So basically I know I stitched this bird. I did the word newt. I think that's what I might have done. Is a white? Yeah, I think I did this white. I'm not sure. I might have done that as well. So yeah, because I know I showed it a while ago, and all I'd done was the letter N on newt, and then I managed to get some more time on it. So yeah, so there you go. That's Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. So that's all my whips. So yeah. Right, crochet. So I've been crocheting my virus shawl that I showed in my last video. It's nearly finished. I've only got a bit of black. I'll show it you and then I'll explain. So let's get rid of that piece of fabric. Right. So this is my shawl. So yeah. So it starts off as grey, slowly goes to pink, and then it slowly goes to black. So at the bottom we've basically got where it goes pink, got catters, the things with a cat, and then it goes to one strand of black, 2 strands of black, and I'm currently on 3 strands of black, and then it'll go to totally black, which is when I'll need to think about doing the last row. So it's not far off finished, and it always looks so much better on camera than it does off camera. So yeah, so that's my virus shawl, and that's all I've crocheted on in the last couple of weeks, because I want to get this one finished and then I can start the next one with the ball of yarn I showed in my last video. So yeah, so that's that. Oh crumbs, I best put that back in the box. I've got the yarns going across me. So that's my yarn, my crochet. I was supposed to be doing a giveaway, but I've not sorted one out, so I'll leave a giveaway this time. I'll do it next time, because my next video is going to be Easter weekend, so I'll do a nice giveaway for Easter weekend. Okay, so let's do stash enhancement, because I have a lot. I went to a retreat, this is what happens. Right, I'm going to start with the things I got given. So at the retreat there was they had door prizes, so everybody got a raffle ticket stuck to the bottom of the chair, and then they drew one out now and again and you got a prize. So I got 2 prizes, because they did, if your number ended in 5 you got a prize, a small prize, and then they drew one out as a door prize, and I got one. So the one I got for having a number ending in 5 is this. So it's a wooden, it's quite thick actually, it's a wooden thread keep with a skeleton in a coffin, and it's the same on the other side. So yeah, so that's that one. And then I also won the door prize, and I got 2 things in the bag. First one was this, which is you can't really see it, it's corner guide, that's what it's called. It's got holes 1.5 inches, 2 inches, 2.5 inches, and then the end is 3 inches, so you can work out how much of a border you want around your cross stitch. So yeah, so that's good. And then you also got this, it's got flowers on the front, a little bag, it's got scissors, it's got thread keeps, no not thread keeps, floss drops, it's got some needles in and a little hoop. So that was also in the bag. So there and them. And then there was also a raffle that you bought raffle tickets for. It was to raise money for the space at Field Lane, which is where we have the Stitch Off Learn days in Rastrick. And I got a prize in the raffle. I won this. It was actually a white elephant. Did I win this on the white elephant? Yeah, I did. So it wasn't the raffle. I didn't win anything on the raffle. This was white elephant. I'll explain it in a minute. So this is Jardin Privé Stitchery. A chart with words, different words about stitching, but it also came with the DMC. So basically the white elephant, you bought some sort of gift, it didn't have to be stitching related, to the value of at least £15, and you wrapped it, and then tickets got drawn out. So the first person got drawn out and they picked a prize, and they opened it in front of everybody, and then the next ticket was drawn out and the next person picked a prize, but before they opened it you had to decide whether you wanted to steal the prize from the person before or have the prize that you'd picked. So there were only a couple of people who actually stole prizes. There were some really nice prizes, and like I say, I'm quite happy with this. The person before me had won some Yorkshire soap company thing, so I said, oh no, I'm not going to steal that. So I opened this prize, which was this, which I was quite happy with, and then the person after me didn't want to steal this from me, so yeah, it was okay. So yeah, we enjoyed it. It was really good that we enjoyed doing that. So yeah, so I won this. So that's what I won that on the white elephant. So yeah, I hope they do it again because it was really good that. Yeah, right. So next thing is de-stash. Let me just check everything's going okay. Yes, I've done this before because I've got my laptop at a funny angle because there's all sorts of stuff on the table. So my laptop's at an angle, and I've done this before, and then for somehow it's managed to stop recording. And I've had to redo it all again because I've been talking to myself for the last half an hour. But yeah, it's working fine at the minute. Right, D-stash table. So, the first one I got off the D-stash table, Squadro al Futuro, which is an eye picture. Alexandra Adelaide Needleworks. So I got this. I'm thinking I'll change the eye colour on that. Maybe to blues or browns. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, I like that one. I'm going to move that. It's all just going to fall down in a minute if I don't move something. Another D-stash one was Cricket Collection Summer. So I got that one. And then the last D-stash one is Teresa Wensler's Noah's Ark. I used to have this and I sold it ages ago. I think I sold it on eBay. And then I just keep seeing people doing Teresa Wensler's like Blitz Stitch. And I just thought, yeah, I need a Teresa Wensler. And so I saw this at the D-stash and I thought, yeah, I'm going to get that. So yeah, there we go. That's Teresa Wensler's Noah's Ark. So they're my D-stash things. Right. Let's go to fabric. We had Black Cauldron Dye Works there, Sue. She'd come over from America, and I bought this fabric for a particular project that I'll show you in a minute. This fabric, Raven, I think it's Ravendale Dream. There we go. So it's a fat quarter, 28 count, and it's opalescent. And I'll open it up because it's lovely. So there we go. So let's do it that. So yeah, so I just thought that was lovely. And like I said, I bought it for a particular project. So yeah. So yeah, they were lovely fabrics. I just bought the one. Even though I'd gone with the intention of buying more fabrics, I only bought one fabric. So yeah, as usually happens, I think, right, don't get charts, buy fabrics. Need fabrics. No, I buy charts. Marnie's mixed bag was there, and I got some 11 by 11 Q snaps. I also wanted 8 by 8 Q snaps, but she didn't have any. She was out of stock. I know I also bought some of these for my daughter, who's also using. She does the same as me and makes 8 by 11, 11 by 8. So she's ordering some 8 by 8s. I'm not sure if she already has. We were waiting for Marnie to put them on the website. So we're going to get some 8 by 8s. I also got some threads from Marnie, various for myself and also some for my daughter, which I'm not sure, it's threads. I then bought some project bags. Shez was selling some project bags, so I bought 3. They've already got things in them because I put the new starts in them. So this is the first one. Lovely. Sweets and desserts on there. I love that one. Sparkly vinyl on it. I'm going to put them down there. I got this one. Again, sparkly vinyl on it. Lovely flowers, flower design on it. So yeah. And then this one, which has got some stars inside it. And then it's got just like the night sky stars. So yeah, they're my three bags. I'm not sure if Shez sells them on Etsy or anything. I'll have a look, and if I can find anything, I'll put it down below. And then Marnie's mixed bag was there. No, I've already talked about Marnie's mixed bag. Hawkins Hobbies was there. Zarina was there. And I went a bit mad. As I was telling people at the retreat, when I go to anything like Nimble Thimble or retreats or anything like that, I have a budget. And I stick to that budget, but I make sure I spend that budget. Right, let's start with this. Right, so first one I got is Cancer by Nora Corbett. My mum is Cancer, so I thought I could make that for her because I already have Gemini and I keep thinking I want to start it, and there was somebody, Emma, I think Emma, yeah, Emma Shepherd. She's Emma Stitches on YouTube. She was stitching one of these, not Cancer. I think she was doing Capricorn, and it just looked gorgeous in real life. So yeah, so I got Cancer so I can stitch that for my mum. And then my daughter had asked me to get, which one did she ask me to get? It's one of these. I got Snow White, which is called the Poison Apple. And then I also got the Magic Lamp, which is Jasmine. And then my daughter had asked me to get another one. Is it Alice? Alice in Wonderland? I think it was, but I can't remember what it was called. She's already got it, so I don't know. So yeah, so I got those. And then I got this Hollyberry Pixie because Charlotte, Stitching with the Kids Around on YouTube, had stitched it. Pardon me, stitched it, and it looked gorgeous. So I bought this, and that's what the fabric's for. The fabric, black cauldron fabric. I bought it to make this. So yeah. And then I've had a thing for the Nora Corbett reindeer for a while, and I've just never got them. So I decided I was buying some. I didn't just get one. I didn't just get two. I didn't just get three. I got 7. So I got Rudolph. I got Prancer. I got Dancer. I got Vixen. I got Blitzen, which is the one I actually thought I need to get Blitzen. I got Cupid. Not sure about the bird under Cupid, but yeah. And then I also got Comet. So basically, of the 9 reindeer and sleigh, I got 7. So I've only got 2 more reindeer to get and the sleigh. And then I've got the full set. But there was talk of a reindeer sow stitch along. So I might be doing at least one of those as part of the sow. So yeah, so I got 7 reindeer. So yeah. So yeah, that's all my stash enhancement. All from the retreat last weekend. Next retreat is Wrexham in June, which is my retreat, and I'll be going to Nimble Thimble and Create Nostalgia. But we are supposed to, I am going to Nimble Thimble before that, and I'm also going to Create Nostalgia before that. So yeah. Oh dear. But yeah. So that's it. That's my stash enhancement. Right, let's get on to other stuff. So let's start with the Yorkshire retreat. So last weekend was the Yorkshire retreat. It was at Hoynes Hall over near Bradford. Went on Friday and I was there till Sunday. I left early Sunday because I was having surgery first thing Monday morning. I only got a phone call Friday. It was about 4:30 Friday to tell me I had to go for 7:30 Monday morning. So I thought, right, I need to leave after lunch on Sunday so I can go and go home and get everything ready to go in hospital. So anyway, so the retreat started on Friday. You got there, you had a hotel room. I had this massive room with 2 double beds in it. It was a family room, obviously, but it was a nice room. It was quite cool, actually. There was a summer quilt on the bed. It was quite cool. Usually I get too hot during the night and I'm constantly uncovering myself, covering myself up. Didn't there. I was just covered up all night. The stitching room was open till late, but I'm in bed by, when we're getting up at 5:30 AM, I'm usually in bed by 9:30. So I think the latest I went to bed was like 10. But yeah, it was a lovely weekend. As I've talked about some of the stuff already that went on, but yeah, it was a really nice weekend. As I said, there were quite a few people there who do Flosstube. Like I said, Emma Stitches was there, stitching with kids around. who else was there? There was a few. I'll put a list down below of the ones I can't think of right now. My brain just isn't working right at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, there were quite a lot of people there. It was a really nice weekend. The room's a lovely room. But yeah. And then, let's say Monday I had my surgery, which as you can see is still a mess. I'm doped up on painkillers. It's not the swelling. When it was swollen up, it was hurting in my ear and down the side of my jaw. Where now it's actually the actual wound that's hurting. That hurts. And I had to drink with a straw, which I'd been doing when I had the funny patch on my face anyway, because I had to keep that dry. But then I couldn't. When it had swollen, my lip was swollen up, so I couldn't drink properly. So I had a straw for everything, and I could only eat soft stuff. I couldn't chew anything. So basically, I was having soft food. Now I'm okay. I don't need to drink with a straw anymore. Food wise, I'm okay as long as it's not big, you know, like a burger big. I can't open my mouth wide enough to eat a burger. I can't eat anything that you have to bite properly. But yeah, it's getting better. This will go where it's just a fine scar. I know this, I've had them before. I know the scars, and a couple of people messaged me because I did put on Facebook about it, and said that they'd had them done and they've only got small scars. And I know in the news the other day, is it Christy Brinkley, a model? She's had one up at I think it was on a temple. So yeah, she's been an advocate for sun cream as well. But yeah, like I say, when you think this was just a tiny thing that was barely noticeable on the edge of my top lip and nostril, and I've got this. So yeah, it's not pretty. And like I say, this is worse than I was expecting. The consultant had told me she was going to do a V-cut to do a skin graft, but I was only expecting it like up here and maybe small, so she could do the skin graft, but I wasn't expecting this. So so yeah, so wear sunscreen. You don't want these things, they're horrible. And like I said, I do have a syndrome. I have Gorlin syndrome, which caused a lot of problems when I was younger in my mouth, and now since my 30s I get BCCs. And I know I don't have it as bad as some people. I know several people who've had lots and lots and lots of BCCs, but yeah, they're not pleasant. So please wear sunscreen. And whenever that, like today, the sun's shining, but it's not really hot out there, you still wear sunscreen. So yeah. So yeah. And then on Wednesday, 2 days after surgery, I had an interview at the library for a part-time job. And 2 hours after I'd been for my interview, I got the phone call to say I got the job. So I start a new job a week on Monday. Yeah. 2 weeks, yeah, just over a week's time I start my new job. It's 17 hours a week. Basically I'll be sorting out and delivering books for people who can't get to the library, and being a part of the equality team and diversity team. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to starting that. I went to the interview with a face mask on. I did get in touch with the guy who was interviewing and said, this is what's happened, I'm okay to do the interview if you're okay with me sitting there with a face mask on. And he said, yeah, it's fine, no problem. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good interview. Like I said to him, it's not like when you do teaching interviews, they're a lot more stressful. You're usually sat with a panel in front of you. You have to teach a lesson. Sometimes you have to do a presentation. So just sitting there answering questions is quite nice actually. And you know, you just do it, don't you? And yeah, anyway, so I got the job. So yeah, so as I said, it's 17 hours a week. I think it's, yeah, it's just, yeah, a few hours every day. I have Wednesdays off. Tuesdays is basically all day. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Start next week. I'll let you know how it goes on my next video. So yeah, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster this last 2 weeks. I've had the retreat and my new job, and then I've had surgery. Oh dear me, but yeah, it's been okay. And like I said, things are looking up. The only thing is, obviously, I'm going to have to give up my volunteering at the library. I volunteer on a Friday morning, but I'm going to be working Friday afternoon, and there's like an overlap, so I can't do the volunteering and do my job. But I did say, at least for the foreseeable future, I'm going to carry on doing my little groups. I do a reading group once a month. I do a knit and natter at the main library in Blackburn, which I can still do because I work in the mornings and I can do that in the afternoon. And then there's my craft group on a Friday morning, which I said I'd still do, but I'll have to come out early. So yeah, so I'm just going to see how it goes. I don't know how much is involved in the job, so we'll just see what happens with it and take it as it comes. Finishing wise, I've got a backlog. I've got a few orders in, and I've just not been able to do anything this week because of this. Yeah, I need to be focused to do the finishing, otherwise I start making mistakes. So yeah, I've just not been able to do any this week. And then hopefully when the job starts, I'll still be able to do some finishing, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, and whether to cut it down so I'm just doing it for friends. I'm not sure yet. We'll just see how it goes. So yeah, I'm thinking I might just do it for friends, and see. Like I say, it all depends on the job, what the job involves, how much work's involved, how tired it makes me, etc, etc. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, so after all that, as I said, my next video is the weekend of the 30th or 31st of March, which is Easter weekend. My video that I do where I pick out my whips for the acrostic, I'll film it before then, and then I'll add it to my video that weekend. Then I can edit it. I can put the pictures of what things look like there and then. So that'll be like a little extra on my next video rather than a separate video altogether. So yeah, so have a good 2 weeks. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Wear sunscreen. Be kind always. And like I said, I've worn a face mask when I've gone out, but this morning we went to Tesco's and we went to the cafe and had a coffee, and there was this guy and he just kept looking at me because obviously I couldn't wear my face mask while I was having a drink, and he was just there looking at me like oh, what have you had done, what have you done to yourself, you know, and you just think, really? But yeah, so be kind always, and bye for now.